Hi there. Today I'm going to show you how to write a prompt manager which will enable you to upload prompts directly from the call center. You or a call center manager can call in, choose a prompt through a menu, record it rather than using Audacity and uploading it manually. So let's go ahead and get started. This is the basic logic of it. They're going to want two options. One, just to listen to prompts that already exist. Two, to modify or add new prompts. So let's go ahead and get started. I have this script built out. I did it in the last video so that they have to enter a PIN number to get into this part. If they don't enter the correct PIN number, after three times, it hangs up on them. You can go back and review that if you need to, but I'm going to pick it up right here at prompt 1005. To listen to an existing prompt, press 1. To overwrite or record a new prompt, press 2. So if we go down to this part right here, if caller entered the correct PIN is true. And you can see it's 1005. So that needs to actually be changed to a menu because they need to either choose option 1 or option 2. So I'm going to delete this prompt and I'm going to go into the menu that I just dragged in there, and I'm going to change the prompt to 1000. And I already recorded all these prompts and uploaded them, so you might need to do that if you're following along step by step. So I added the prompt under the prompt part, and then the filter, I need to add two options. Option 1, actually I'm going to call this review, and then modify. Then I'm going to set the buttons, so review will be 1, modify is 2, then I'll add all other 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, yada 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 yada, and apply. Okay, and so now we have our options. For the sake of this video, I'm going to ignore user errors because I know you're probably watching this just to learn about new ways to upload. So I'm going to ignore the all other, timeout, and unsuccessful, and I'm going to focus on where, let's pretend the caller is actually going to cooperate. So under review, we want to enter the prompt ID followed by pound. So we're going to need another get digit string. So like this, and get digit string is under media, and let's see, where are you? Get digit string. So if we go to review, we now have that there, and then we are going to need a variable to save when that caller puts in a string. So I'm going to add that, and I'll say it's going to be called it's going to be a type of string, and the name will be entered prompt. Okay, and then we'll go into here, and we'll say that the resulting digit string is entered prompt, and then the prompt that I pre-recorded is 1006.wave. There we go. So now they'll hear that prompt and a variable will be saved when they do this. And we're just going to assume that they were successful, and we'll go into that branch. Okay, so the next thing we want is to play the prompt 1007, so that is going to be under media as well. So all 1007 is the prompt number. 1007.wave. And so then we want the system to spell out the prompt number. So let's see, we need to find the prompt. Under the prompt folder, we want to create a generated prompt. Okay, and so that means we are also going to have to create a variable for that to be saved. And so we come down to the bottom, right click the downward arrow, and the type is going to be prompt Ooh, and you gotta spell it right or select it. And we can call this entered prompt number. And there we go. Okay, so we have our prompt variable saved right there. So then we need to go into the properties of this. The step that we created, the create generated prompt. Generator type, we want it to be spelling. And constructor type is string. And then we need to set this to entered prompt. So that is the variable that we got from the caller. So that's the string. So this is just creating a prompt where the system is going to read back or spell back that string that was entered by the caller. And so now we need to save it as an output prompt. So there's the variable that we just created, the prompt, entered prompt number. And we'll hit apply. And okay, so now we have a variable that is the system spelling back. So if we entered 1, 2, 3, 4, right now it should say the prompt number 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we want is recorded as follows. So now we want to put another prompt right here, and I recorded that already as 1008. So I just copied my other prompt, change it to 1008, and now we need to record the prompt that already exists. But before the system can read that and find it in the prompt database, it needs to have the dot wave in front of it. So let's say the caller just entered 1, 2, 3, 4. That string down here will just say 1, 2, 3, 4. We need to add the dot wave. So to do that, we will just concatenate it. So let's create another string variable to hold that correctly formatted prompt variable. So we'll come down here, and it's going to be a string, and we can call this prompt file. Okay, and now if we go into up here, all the way in the general folder, there's going to be a set. Alright, so set, then we'll go into the properties, and we have to choose the variable we're setting. So we're going to choose the one we just created, and it's called prompt file. So that is now going to, what we're going to need to do is concatenate what the caller entered, so that's entered prompt, and then we need to do plus, quotation marks, and dot wave. So I'm going to click apply, and it took it without errors, so that's good. So now what we need to do is play that prompt. So I'm going to copy this again. Oops. And so this right here is going to equal whatever they put in plus dot wave. So we can go into this prompt right here and change the variable to the prompt file. And then we want this to go back up to the main menu. So I'm going to go and let's look at where the main menu is. It's 1005. So on the main menu, I'm going to add a tag. I'm going to call it main menu. And apply. And then we need a go-to string, which is under the general folder. And we are going to want to put that right here under where it played. So properties, go to main menu, apply, okay. So let's give this branch a try. I have my Jabber open and I uploaded that script and I'm going to call it. Let's see what happens.
Please enter the PIN.
So let's follow it through.
To listen to an existing prompt, press 1. To overwrite or record a new prompt, enter the prompt ID, followed by pound.
I'll do 1000.
The prompt number is recorded as follows. We are currently closed for the holiday. Please call back during the standard hours of 8 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Everything worked except for this part right here.
Goodbye.
It did not play that, so we need to figure out why that is.
To listen to an existing prompt,
Okay, so I'm doing a reactive bug debug, and I just set up the or got through where I put in the prompt that I want to review, and I put in 1000. So you can see down here, entered prompt is 1000. So that's what we want to see. So I'm going to step over that.
The prompt number is recorded as follows.
Okay, I see what the problem is. I never even told it to play the prompt that we generated, the one where the system spells it out. So I'll fix that. So right here, before prompt 1008, we need a prompt that actually spells it out. So I'm going to drag in another play prompt right there above 1008, and then I need to choose that variable, the entered prompt number. Under prompt, entered prompt number. Now I'll give it a try again and see if it works. Okay, so I re-uploaded it.
Please enter the PIN.
Now I'm calling it again.
To listen to an existing prompt, press 1. Enter the prompt ID, followed by pound. The prompt number
1000
is recorded as follows. We are currently closed for the...
Okay, so that whole branch works. We can now move on to the second branch where the callers can create a new prompt by putting in a prompt number, recording it, and uploading it. So I'll go ahead and close the review branch, and we want to move into the modify branch. And as you can see right away, we can actually recycle some of the other stuff that we already made. So we can recycle prompt 1006 and the variable that gets saved by what the caller enters. So let me just get another get digit string right here under media, and I will change the result to entered prompt, and I will change the prompt to 1006.wave. Okay, so that is going to be the file name that we're going to upload to the server. So just like we did on the other branch, we need to concatenate that and add the .wave, and we can completely recycle that again. So if I go back into review, I remember that I had this right here where I set the variable and I concatenated it. So I'm going to copy that, and then I'll put it right there. So now we will have the whatever they enter, let's say 2000, it will .wave will be added to the end of it, and then that is a file name that will be uploaded to UCCX after the caller has recorded the prompt. Okay, so the caller has now entered the number, and we have the file all formatted. So the next step is going to be to actually record. So let's go ahead and start adding that step. But before we add the record step, we need to create a couple variables. The first one is going to be type document, and then the name is going to be, I'm just going to call it recording, and leave the rest as is. The second one is going to be a string, no, not a string, that is going to be an int, and we're going to call it max recording length, and we're going to set the value to 90. Okay, so now we are going to go into recording. So under media, there's recording. I drag that into here under successful. Now I'm going to go into properties, and we need to change the resulting document to the recording variable, and we need to go over to filter, and we're going to actually send that to max record length. Usually you're going to want it to be longer than 10 seconds. And then the prompts, guys, I fudged up here a little bit. It's not actually there, but we're going to want something to say something like begin your recording after the tone. To stop recording, press pound. So I didn't have that in my flow chart. Sorry. but I recorded it separately. So I'm going to do 1011.wave, and that should do it. So I'm going to press apply. Okay, so now it's going to make a recording, and it's going to be saved as recording for a maximum length of 90 seconds. So let's see where we are in the flowchart here. We are right here. To listen to your prompt, press 1. To re-record your prompt, press 2. To save your prompt, press 3. So we're going to need another menu. We'll assume it was successful, just for the sake of brevity on this already long video. And then the prompt for that is 1009.wave. And then the filter, listen, re-record, 2, and save, 3. And let's start in this branch, option 1. So listen, all we need to do is drag a prompt in here, go into properties, and we want to play the prompt recording. Okay, and then we want it to go back to this menu right here. So I'm going to add a label for right here so that we can send people back there when we want to. And I'll name it record or save. And so now I want a go-to label. Okay, that's it for that branch. So it should play the prompt and then return it there. So now there's going to be the option to return to the main menu. Press 1. No, that's for save. It's kind of weird, so the flowchart should work. We actually want to go over to this branch right here. To re-record your prompt, press 2, or save your prompt, press 3. I think this flowchart is actually a little bit off. Well, actually, wait, no, it's not. So actually, what I can do is I can add a label to recording as well, and I'll call it record. And then I can just use another go-to right there. So if people choose re-record, I will change this to record. And now we are on to save, where it could get a little bit ticklish, because we are going to have to authenticate. So we are going to use the authenticate user step, but before we can do that, we are going to need a user first of all, and we're going to need a PIN. So let's just create the user that doesn't exist currently on UCCX, and I'm going to do that by creating a new variable, and that is going to be a user, and the name will be, let's see, upload user, and the value is going to be brackets UCCX admin. Wait, that wasn't right. Actually, I think I have to do user. There we go. Then we need to enter or create a PIN as well. So we'll say upload user PIN. Oh no. We need this to be a string, the type of string. We want the name to be that, and then we'll make this again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And okay. And now we can go into our authenticate user. And the user we just created is upload user, and we want to change this to PIN, and we will call, getting kind of confusing, upload, oh great, there's a typo on it. That's okay. I'm just going to leave it like that. And then we will assume success on that authentication, and we'll drag from the prompt folder the upload prompt step. Okay, so on the upload prompt, we'll go into properties, language, English US for me, and then the name is prompt file. Remember, that's going to be whatever they enter plus concatenated with .wav, and then the document is going to be recording, and the user is going to be upload user. And we do want to allow overwrite, so I'm going to apply and OK. And then after that, we want to let's pull up my flowchart. So after that, we want to give them the option to return to the main menu, press 1, otherwise hang up or wait to be disconnected. So I guess I'm going to do a menu. Actually, you know what? I'm going to record over this. I'm going to say your prompt has been saved, and then it's going to return them back to the main menu. Not this menu, the main menu. So success. I'm still going to say play prompt. Where are you, prompt? So I just paused it and did that quick. You've seen that. So it's going to play the prompt, and then it's going to go back to the main menu. So really, this script will never just hang up on the caller. They'll choose to hang up. But now we need to deal with this UCCX admin user. So to do that, we actually need to go into call manager. So I created a local manager. I just went to a local user. Actually, I went to user administration, end user, and let's see. I created UCCX admin like you saw, and there really is not much special about this user except I did change the pin. I think I'm going to do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then I left pretty much everything else by default. I did enable mobility. I'm not sure if that actually did anything. But in any case, after the local user is created in Call Manager, then you need to go to UCCX. And if you go into Tools, User Management, and Administrator Capability View, it's going to give you the options of who you can give administrator privileges. So we've created the manager, set the pin, imported it into UCCX. So now I'm going to move that into Cisco Unified CCX Administrator, and I'm going to click Save. So now I believe we are good to go. So I'm going to test this out. I'm going to upload the script to UCCX. First, I'm going to go to Tools, Validate to make sure I didn't miss anything obvious. Then I'm going to click Save. Go back into UCCX, Applications, Script Management, Prompt Manager, Upload Script, Browse, Prompt Manager V2 from 1122, so I know that's the one. Upload. Okay. Yes. So now I can call it and give it a test. Okay, everything's been uploaded, so let's give this a try.
Please enter the PIN. To listen to an existing prompt, press 1. To overwrite or record a new prompt, press 2. Enter the prompt ID, followed by pound. Start your recording at the beep. When you are finished, press pound.
This is a test message for my YouTube video.
To listen to your prompt, press 1. To re-record your prompt, press 2. To save your prompt, press 3. Thank you. Your new prompt has been saved. To listen to an existing prompt, press 1. To overwrite or record.
That was all promising, so let's go back into UCCX and subsystem RMCM. That prompt did not exist before, so if 9999 is now in there, then I know that this worked. I have a feeling it did. There it is. So now I'm going to play it.
This is a test message for my YouTube video.
It worked. Just for funsies, let's see if we can listen to it
the PIN.
through the first leg that we created. This right here.
To listen to an existing prompt, press 1. To enter the prompt ID, followed by pound. The prompt number
9999
is recorded as follows. This is a test message for my YouTube video. To listen to an existing prompt,
Okay, that is it. That worked. So we tested it. We can listen to prompts, we can record new prompts, and we have confirmed that it is working. There are probably some enhancements we could make to this. Like I noticed that if you get in this loop right here, to listen to your prompt, press 1, to record your prompt, press 2, or save your prompt, press 3. It would be nice if there was an option to go back to the main menu, because let's say you fat fingered it and you meant to enter 9999 and you entered 99990 or whatever. It would be nice to actually go all the way back up to the main menu and be able to enter the prompt number again. But for the purpose of this video, I think that covered how to do it. Hopefully you've learned something. If you want this script, let me know. I could probably add it to like Dropbox or something like that and find a way to share it. But I hope this has been helpful. Is there something specific you want to learn about scripting? Let me know, and I'd probably be willing to make a video about it. And if you liked it, please hit like, please subscribe, and I will keep creating the videos. If I don't get a whole lot of engagement on this one, then I'll probably go back to more call manager stuff. Thanks for watching, and I hope you have a great day.